Well, hello from Cong, Ireland. Not Cong as in King Kong, but Cong as in C-O-N-G. And I am standing right here in front of the Pat Cohan bar, and I'm waiting for a couple of friends that I met the other day in Dublin. And her name is Haley, and she is from San Diego, and she's traveling with a friend of hers. She grew up here in Ireland, in Dublin, I believe. So they invited me to join them. We're going to go to the Ashford Castle. And I've been on the western part of Ireland now for, well, I got here last night. And I got to tell you, it's a little bit of a disappointment for me. Well, actually, the matchmaking festival was a huge disappointment. Just nothing but just a town full of drunks and just not what I had hoped or had expected. And I gotta say, the roads here, my God, the roads here are just really, really bad. Well, there they are, so let's go join them, okay? All right, so I had to jump in the car, and here I am. It's a beautiful day. We're at the Ashford Castle, and I'd never heard of this until last night. But Haley, who I met at Temple Bar District the other night, as I was saying, she was from Ireland, and she sent me an email yesterday that she was out this way. Her brother rented a home here somewhere near here, and they invited me to spend the evening. So I'm going to join Haley and her sister and a couple other friends, and we're going to tour the castle, and then I don't know what else is in store for the rest of the day, but we'll find out. Okay, I believe we're standing on the moat, and look at the beautiful scenery here. I just saw a fish jump from the water. I think that was a salmon, I was told. But anyway, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's about 400 euros a night off season. So we're going to hopefully find our way in and take a peek at the lobby. But let's go on in and check it out. So here we found our way to the rear. And we actually made an appointment to have tea. So we're going to have tea at 1 o'clock here in the castle. And I'm going to do a nice little pan around of the grounds. Looks like it sits on a lake. So how lucky am I to have found my way here after a frustrating night in Lisdoon Varna. I find myself in the company of 4 lovely ladies that I'm going to have tea with at a leading hotel of the world. Interesting how life can turn on a dime, huh? Okay, so get out of my comfort zone. That was the advice of a bed and breakfast guest that just sent me an email. I'm here in the small village of Cong, C-O-N-G, in Western Ireland. And I got to tell you that it's the roads here, driving here, it's just so nerve-wracking. Just very, very small country roads, and it really is a challenge. And I was just about to throw in the towel, I should say, and head back to Dublin and get a nice hotel and just stay for a couple days before going over to Budapest. But you know, the email that came that said get out of your comfort zone, and then there was a shopkeeper here that was just telling me that I really need to go and see the ring of, I think it's called the Ring of Connemara. So she gave me a nice little map right here. I'm just north of Galway, Ireland, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the Ring of Connemara. She said it's about an hour and a half drive. It's about 2 in the afternoon, 2:30. Maybe I'll get a place to stay over there. Maybe I'll head back this way. I'm really up in the air about going to see the Cliffs of Moher. You know, it's like seeing the Grand Canyon. It's like being within an hour of the Grand Canyon and not going to see it. But anyway, you know, there's the roads. So I'm going to, as the innkeeper said, Enid, get out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring you along, okay? So let's go do the Ring of Connemara, and let's see what little treasures we can discover here in Western Ireland, all right? Here's a beautiful spot that I decided to pull off on. and I'm on the road to out to the coast, and I just about 5 kilometers from a little town called Finney, F-I-N-N-Y. So this is some of the scenery that I'm being treated to as I drive along, and there's rolling hills and some sheep and all that. So I will try to capture as much of this beauty as I can along this trip. I know that the other day I asked my mom if she was enjoying my videos, and she said no, she doesn't like the bar scene. So I'm going to capture some of these nice scenic pictures for my mom, who watches my videos every morning. And there's a man right there with his dog that's jumping into the water. See if I can't get a nice picture of that. Maybe he's looking for some fish or something. But and what's he chasing? He's chasing something. Okay, so let's get on the road. So all along the drive here, you see these sheep just soaking up the rays and just relaxing. They sure are beautiful, and they'll get spooked a little bit. I can zoom in and check them out for you. You see some cattle here and there, and then you see some, aside from the cattle, you'll see some horses. So these guys are pretty cool looking. Maybe I'll get myself a sweater while I'm here in Ireland. What a beautiful day it is. And I certainly am glad that I decided to get out of my comfort zone and just take it on the road. So let's speaking of the road, let's get back on. Alright, this is what the scenery and the road looks like here. And you can see the road's pretty narrow, and you really have to pay attention as you're driving along, but it's hard to not want to kind of take a look around the beautiful Irish countryside as you're driving. Up, and look at this. You see, not only you have to worry about other cars, but you got to worry about sheep along the road. See? So there they are. Just kind of chilling out. Meh. Alright, let's get on. Here's a beautiful spot along the way that I saw. There's some boats parked along a beach right at the tip of this lake, and there's some beautiful wildflowers here. So just another beautiful spot along the drive here. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm driving, now I'm driving up through the hills, as you can see behind me, and the scenery here in Western Ireland is just beautiful, and the weather, couldn't ask for a nicer day. So it was a great decision to come on up this way, and I really owe a lot to Aindid, who told me to get out of my comfort zone and take a drive. So I'm doing just that. I have no idea where I'm going to stay tonight. I'll find a little bed and breakfast somewhere, but it's simply gorgeous up here, I gotta tell you. So the road has brought me to this place called Killary, K-I-L-A-R-Y. I believe that's the spelling of that. And you can see it really is a beautiful scene here. I'm about halfway through this drive. Alright, so I've arrived in the little village of Clifden, which is about the halfway point from my trip. Rather small town, and they are having an arts festival here. So maybe I'll find my way down there, I'm not sure. I'm debating whether I want to stay here or not, and I'm pretty certain that I do want to see the cliffs of Moher. So for me to do that, that's a 3-hour drive from here. But I think what I'll probably do is go online. If I can find a Wi-Fi spot here, I'll go online and I'll book a hotel in Galway tonight. And that'll only put me about an hour from the Cliffs of Moher, I think, and just get up early when there's not as much traffic on these small, tiny roads, and find my way down to the Cliffs of Moher. So let's check out this small little town here. You can see there's some people hanging out, having a beer at the local pub here. So there's a big game going on today. I see people with banners and everything all around, and you see the cars. They have the flag of their team flying on their cars, etc. Okay, so I see a small little cafe over here. I'll go in to that cafe and hook up to the internet and book myself a room down in Galway. The weather is kind of turning a little bit, so who knows what it's going to be like tomorrow. Okay, so I found a place. I'm on the road out of Clifden, and I'm headed towards a little town called Gort, G-O-R-T. And silly me, I went on Orbitz and I wanted to find a room in Galway. So I found a hotel. It was about 95 bucks a night. It had a pool and a jacuzzi and all that good stuff. And well, I booked it, and then I go to look at the map, and it's not in Galway. The hotel is in a little town called Gort, which is where I'm supposed to stay tomorrow night with this gal that has a place on Airbnb, and her name is Enid, E-N-I-D. So she seems like a nice enough lady, probably about my age, I would guess. And she was the one that sent me an email and encouraged me to, you know, do a little, get out of my comfort zone and do some sightseeing here in Western Ireland. So I called her up and I told her that I ended up booking a place over there in her town, and why not go out this evening and have a drink. So imagine that, I'm in Western Ireland on a Saturday night, and turns out I have a date for a drink, if you want to call it a date. But anyway, so I'm cruising down the road. I've got some Van Morrison playing, and the camera is safely sitting on the dashboard or the console of the car, so I'm not too distracted while I'm videotaping this. These roads, you really got to pay attention as you're driving these roads. But it gives you a good idea as to what it's like driving here in Western Ireland. I'm driving on the other side of the road. But anyway, and the clouds have started to come in. I can just really hope and pray that if I do decide to go to the Cliffs of Moher tomorrow, that I have a sunny day, because that would make all the difference in the world. And I was looking at a map, and I think what I'll do is I'll drive from Gort down to Ennis, and then I'll head over and I'll go along the Cliffs of Moher, and then head back into Dublin tomorrow night. So I'll complete the weekend here in the western part of Ireland, and that'll put me back and give me a full day of work on Monday. So with that, I'm just going to let you enjoy the scenery here for another few moments, and then I'll pick this back up when I'm getting closer to my hotel for the evening. Really is some good footage, I would imagine, if you're sitting there watching this and you've always wanted to come to Ireland. All right. Hope you enjoyed the little trip here. If I see any other scenery, I'll share it with you as well. All right, so this is what happens when you come out of your comfort zone. I've made it to the city of Gort, and the lovely lady holding the camera for me, is going to be my hostess this evening at her wonderful home here in Gort. And she brought me to this wonderful restaurant called
Gallery Cafe.
Gallery Cafe. So if you are in Gort, in Ireland, you've got to stop here and try one of their Irish burgers. I walked in and I saw this thing and I thought, my goodness, that looks fantastic. So I'm going to have a wonderful evening with Enid, correct? Enid. And we're going to have some wine and have a nice dinner and enjoy. And tomorrow, I'm going to stay out of my comfort zone and bring you along to the Cliffs of Moher. So with that, I'll say good night and have a great day.